This morning, more than 100 planes are currently grounded as the FAA continues to investigate what caused a portion of an Alaska airplane to come off in the middle of a flight. Lauren Donovan with our sister station in Washington went to SeaTac Airport and shares how all the cancellations are impacting travelers.
This is the fallout. Grounded Alaska Airlines passengers with no choice but to rebook have been forced to wait in this line right here. One man I talked with told me it took him 3 hours to get to the front of it.
We've been here about 2 hours now at this point. Barely moving. There's lots of kids running around, and probably more frustrating for the parents than me. But
Andy, like many others in this winding line, argues there wasn't enough of a heads up.
Find out that the flight is canceled after we got out here to the airport.
By now, Brad from Monroe should be halfway to Florida for a cruise. But if he can't rebook a flight, he stands to lose thousands. Brad bought travel insurance, but the agency says, too bad. That only covers weather events.
It would be nice to even know that those kind of things aren't covered.
Nearly catastrophic aircraft failures, not included.
well, it's frustrating, but I mean, it's better they cancel it for safety instead of let it happen again.
These terrifying cell phone videos taken at 16,000 feet continue to shock and terrify passengers and crew alike.
Having a serious emergency like this is probably the worst of the worst that a flight attendant can go through.
This off-the-clock flight attendant told us those aboard must have endured an immense force.
There was probably a lot of commotion, a lot of force, a lot of wind.
And feel so bad for the people that were on that plane that had to experience that. And then also thankfulness that they're doing something about it.
Some complain Alaska Airlines should have made the call to ground all 737-9 MAXs instead of waiting for the FAA's order, allowing these customers to troubleshoot their upended plans last night instead of this morning.
You know, you're not going to find out that this happened at 5 p.m. in the afternoon and by 6 p.m. cancel everything. The next day, you've got to have at least a few conferences on what do we have here, what does it look like, and what should we do?
Veteran Alaska Airlines pilot John Nance sees the joint response by Boeing, the FAA, and the airlines as a shining example of what to do. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, this quite frankly is unprecedented.
John says there was no breached hole in the fuselage. The door came open and blew out because of a plug.
Was it structural failure of the plug itself, or was it not latched properly? This airplane was only 3 months out of the factory.
Saturday morning, Alaska Airlines tweeted they inspected more than a quarter of their 737-9 fleet. John explained, in order to check each plug, crews need to take apart the plane walls, panel by panel.
Then they have to put the insulation and the walls back in. So that's why it takes 4 to 5 hours per airplane.
Reporting in Seattle, Lauren Donovan, Fox News.